great. All right, appreciate it. This is normally an hour-long presentation, so I'm going to try and keep my stories to a minimum and get through this in 10 minutes. So Surge Property Management, our mission focuses on three main components. Our clients, which are landlords, customers, and which are our residents and our tenants, and then also our vendors. So that's the plus support. Our mission statement is up here. You're welcome to read it, but it's the three main components that we focus on in our business. So, all right, this is my why. This is my beautiful wife, and anybody that has met her knows that I definitely married up. So we have 3 fur babies. So we've got Missy, Bella, and Callie. So those are our little babies. We love rescues. So my wife is definitely my rock and is my encouragement. So thanks for being here today, baby. So, all right, let's get into what is a property manager. After meeting with many of you, I realized that some people don't actually realize what a property manager is. So I wanted to kind of touch on that. We handle everything when it has to do with rental properties. Primarily, our focus is single family and multifamily homes. Multifamily properties, so small apartment complexes, single family houses, duplexes, tris, all that kind of good stuff. So we handle the 3 T's: tenants, toilets, and termites, and everything in between. So from make-readies to rehabs, marketing, leasing, managing, maintenance, inspections, and then we repeat it all over again. So the life expectancy of a house is 50 years, and it could be a rental for that entire time. So we handle everything from the tenant screening, all the inspections, taking care of the property's maintenance, all that kind of good stuff. So this is kind of an example of everything that we deal with: landlords, and then also the tenants, and coordinating maintenance with our vendors. So, all right, here's designations and licenses. So in the state of Texas, you have to be a licensed real estate agent to manage rental properties for more than one person. So I am a Texas licensed real estate agent as well as a real estate broker. Been licensed for going on 25 years now, or about to hit my 25th year. A couple of things that I'm really proud of is NARPA, National Association of Residential Property Managers. That's been a key focus of mine. It's definitely helped with my growth over the 3 companies that I've run and built up. Certainly helps with Surge. My most distinguished designation is my Master Property Management certification. So there's roughly 17,000 in the United States, which I'm one of. So I'm really proud of that. Also, member of the Realtors organizations. It's now called TR. Texas Realtors, so fun stuff. And then Real Estate Guys has been one of the things that I definitely promote and work with. Real Estate Guys do a podcast. They also do 3 events a year. There's the syndication event, there's the Summit at Sea, where we go for 2 weeks on a cruise ship and educate investors on how to invest in property. It's a high ticket type deal, so but it's certainly focused on investments, all kinds of different investments. So good stuff there. All right. A couple of things. So education is a big part of what we do. So we want to educate not only landlords, but also potential investors. So we do multiple seminars, speaking events. We do a lot of RIAs, real estate investment meetups, and a lot of opportunities to get in front of investors, potential clients, and teach as much as we can. So here's a couple of the events that I've been at. The guy in the middle is George Ross. He is a fabulous negotiator. He worked for Donald Trump for going on 20 years back when he was investing in real estate. You want to talk about a huge influence as far as negotiation goes. He can negotiate anything, and sitting next to him was invaluable. So really good stuff. Obviously worked with Trump before he ever became Christ's head. As you guys can tell, I've lost a little bit of weight. So these were a couple years ago. So anyway, all right, moving on. Here's our team. We're heavily focused in on tech. So tech is a huge component of what we do, but we also have to have real life people that make customer service happen. So the head of our operation is Katie, my wife. She's our COO or COO, and she's been the driving force behind everything that I do. All of you that are married realize that you've got to have the best partner next to you, and she is my rock. So she keeps us going. Carlos on the end, cool thing about Carlos, he's a BA, or what is commonly known now as RTM, remote team member. He's based in El Salvador, and it was fabulous for us to get to bring him in for the party. And so he flew into the US, was here for 2 weeks, and went back home. But he's based in El Salvador, and with all the tech that is available nowadays, you don't realize that they're not in the US. So obviously he speaks fluent Spanish, but he also speaks fluent English, so really good. We're in the process of hiring our next RTM and adding additional tech that helps really kind of move our process along and provide great customer service. AI is going to be a big component of that. We're seeing AI trickle into property management services more and more. All right. One thing that we don't realize, or most people here don't realize because we're local, how great our market is. Texas is highly sought after for people all over the US and all over the world to come invest in real estate here. We have great landlord-tenant relationships or great landlord laws that are easy for us to get through courts, handle disputes, deal with any issues that you may have in terms of rental property. So Texas is fabulous in terms of landlord laws, but it's also great as far as low price point for homes versus the rental rates that you can get. So good stuff. All right, why hire a property manager? So one of the things that we do is educate highly our landlords on how to be the best landlord they can. More than anything, our education events with landlords scares the crap out of them, and they end up hiring a professional property manager. So, but we do like to educate them because there's so much that they don't realize they don't know. It makes it really tough for them to be good landlords. And that's how landlords get a bad name, is them dealing with property owners that don't know what they're doing. If you see a red and white Home Depot for rent sign in the yard, it's not a professional management company. It's somebody trying to do it themselves. So without the systems in place, it makes it almost impossible. So why hire Surge? We've got transparent communication, no hidden fees, no long-term contracts they can cancel at any time, obviously locally owned and operated. Ideal referral for me is going to be anybody that's looking for licensed and professional property managers. So we do all the leasing, managing, maintenance, all that kind of stuff. Accidental owners that have a property that was inherited or that they inherited, they don't necessarily want to sell it, those kind of things. And then also realtors that are working with investors. Most realtors don't want to do property management. It's the most litigious industry there is. We get sued more than anybody, except used car salesmen. I think they've got us clawed. So we love to work with realtors that have investor clients that don't necessarily want to provide that property management component. So we'll work behind the scenes until they're ready for us to step in and be introduced and provide that property management service. So, all right, I left time for questions, and so we can kind of go through some of those. And if you guys want to connect outside of a one-to-one, here's my information. So, yes, sir.
You ever get any referrals or business from like GCs or roofers or anything else like that?
I do. A lot of my vendors refer clients to it. So Angelo's not here, but he's actually turned me on to a couple of clients because he does, obviously, our vendors are third party. They don't work specifically for us. They can work for anybody. And anytime I teach a class on landlording or rentals, I get asked who's a good vendor, who's a good AC guy, electrician, plumber, all that kind of good stuff. So, or they return it.
Like a roofer, so that the person doesn't own the house, it's property managed, so they can't just say the roofers or the homeowner. cannot say, yeah, I want a new roof on, so they have to go through the property manager. Is that how it kind of works? Is that?
It can, but it doesn't necessarily have to. We take all the pain points out of working with us, so they don't have to hire their own roofer. We can do it for them. Some of them like to do it themselves, but we call it mailbox money. You turn the property over to us, and we'll send you a check once a month. So, other questions, Jesse?
So how often do you work on educating people who have their own separate career or looking to get into real estate for wealth growth and accumulation? And kind of what is that process for bringing someone who's kind of curious and pretty much, like you said, automating it, mailbox money, turnkey situation for them?
We could do one-to-ones, but more than anything, what I usually do is we'll have a conversation and I'll invite them to one of the meetups, one of the RIAs. So, hey, come set with like-minded individuals, like you're a bit, putting people in the same room that are kind of thinking along the same lines. And it's not about capturing every piece of business out there. I'd much rather educate them and make them smart about what they're doing. And I tell most people that are going to buy one rental property, you can do it yourself. It's easy to do. So they end up coming back to us and, wanting that professional service. So on your table, we've got the questions about property management, and then everybody gets a book. So you're welcome to the book. This was a really cool thing to do, was writing a book. So please feel free to read the chapter. And it was really cool. And Newey's, if any of you guys watch Channel 5 News, Newey's a good friend. He did a great story in yours.